The evening sun dipped low over the coastal town of Havenport, turning the restaurant windows gold as the last dinner crowd drifted in. Inside Mariner's Way Bistro, a young waitress named Lila Rowan wiped down a table with trembling hands. She wasn't nervous about the work, she was nervous about the tiny German Shepherd puppy curled in a basket behind the counter. The puppy, River, let out a soft whine, lifting her oversized ears at Lila as if asking if everything would be okay. Lila knelt beside her and brushed a thumb along the puppy's small forehead. "It's okay, baby. I know I'm not supposed to bring you here," she whispered softly. "But you're all I have." River gently nibbled her fingers, unaware of how fragile Lila's life had become. She found River 3 days ago behind a dumpster, the pup cold, hungry, and shaking. She couldn't leave her there, even if it meant trouble at work. From the far corner booth, a man watched quietly. Broad-shouldered, calm-eyed, and silent as stone. He wore a simple gray shirt, sleeves rolled up, forearms marked with faint scars. Logan Hale, a former Navy SEAL, now worked in private maritime security. But tonight, he was just a tired man grabbing dinner, and noticing far more than most. He watched the waitress move. Her smile was gentle, but her shoulders carried a weight she tried to hide. And the small puppy she guarded with such love, Logan recognized protection instinct immediately. The restaurant door swung open with a gust of wind and perfume. A wealthy couple strutted in, Garrett and Sylvia Caldwell, known in town for their money, arrogance, and entitlement. They walked past people as if the room existed solely for them. "Table now," Sylvia snapped at the host. Garrett flicked his coat back with a sigh. "And make sure it's clean. I don't want to see crumbs. Why do places like this always smell like poor people?" Lila closed her eyes for a moment, took a breath, and stepped forward with her tray. "This way, sir, ma'am," she said politely. They followed her, though Sylvia's eyes narrowed at the puppy basket behind the counter. "What is that filthy thing doing in a restaurant?" she demanded. Lila's stomach knotted. She's quiet. I just found her abandoned and didn't want to leave her alone." "She isn't bothering anyone." Garrett scoffed loudly. "Throw it out." Lila stiffened. "Sir, she's a baby. She'll freeze outside." "It's a dog, not a child," Sylvia hissed. At the corner booth, Logan's jaw tightened. He didn't move. Not yet. But he didn't look away. Lila placed menus on the couple's table. "Your drinks will be right out." Garrett kicked the chair back, sighing dramatically. "This place is a joke." Moments later, River let out a tiny sneeze from her basket. Sylvia's head snapped toward the sound like a hawk spotting prey. "I swear that creature better not be near my food." Lila kept her voice steady. "I'll place her in the back storage room where it's warm. She won't be visible." "No," Garrett interrupted sharply. "She leaves. Now." Lila's breath caught. "Please. She's sick. I'm trying to save her." "Save her?" Sylvia laughed. "Then save her somewhere else." The words felt like knives. Lila bent down to lift River, whispering soothing words, but the puppy's body trembled from fear and cold. Garrett rose suddenly, marching toward her. "I said get it out." Before she could react, his foot lashed out, kicking Lila's leg and narrowly missing River's small ribs. Lila fell to her knees, clutching River protectively, gasping in pain. "Stop. She's just a puppy." Sylvia smirked. "You shouldn't bring mutts to work, sweetheart." The restaurant fell silent. Logan stood. Not with noise. Not with drama. Slowly. Purposefully. The kind of rise that sends a warning through the air. His eyes locked on the wealthy couple as he stepped forward like a shadow finally choosing to move. "That's enough," Logan said, voice deep and steady. Garrett turned with fake bravado. "Who the hell are you?" Logan didn't blink. "Someone who doesn't hit women. Or puppies." Sylvia scoffed. "Mind your business." He stepped closer. "I am." Garrett jabbed a finger toward him. "Back off, big guy, before you regret it." Logan tilted his head just slightly. "I don't make many regrets." The tension crackled. Guests froze. Lila held River tightly, heart racing. Garrett attempted a shove. He never landed it. Logan caught the man's wrist mid-air, twisting it lightly, just enough to drop Garrett to one knee with a startled cry. "Not violence. Control." "Stop," Logan said calmly. "Before you escalate something you can't handle." Sylvia screamed, "Security. Someone call the police on this thug." No one moved. Everyone had seen what happened. Logan gently released Garrett, who stumbled backward, red-faced and humiliated. You assaulted me, Garrett shouted. That dog should be put down. Logan crouched beside Lila. You okay? She nodded shakily. Thank you. I didn't want trouble. Logan glanced at River's trembling body. She's cold, feverish, probably dehydrated. Lila nodded. I've been feeding her with a dropper. But I can't afford a vet yet. Sylvia rolled her eyes. Maybe she should stop rescuing strays and get a real job. Logan stood again, turning toward the couple with a calm expression far more dangerous than anger. You two should leave. Garrett puffed out his chest. We're wealthy donors to this establishment. Logan didn't flinch. Then donate your exit. Gasps echoed across the room. Sylvia stomped toward the door. We will ruin this place. And that girl. Logan spoke quietly but firmly. No, you won't. Garrett followed, muttering curses, but they left, faces pale with the realization that the man they provoked was not ordinary. When the door closed behind them, the room exhaled. The manager hurried out, flustered. Lila, I saw everything. You're not in trouble. They crossed a line. Tears filled Lila's eyes with subtle relief. Logan knelt beside the puppy. River reached out with a small paw, touching his hand. You saved her, Lila whispered. He shook his head softly. No, you did. Lila looked at him, really seeing him now. Who are you? Logan, he said. I used to serve. She noticed the military dog tag resting beneath his shirt. SEAL? She asked gently. Was, he said. Not anymore. River whimpered. Logan felt her forehead. She needs a vet. Tonight. I know, Lila whispered, voice cracking. But I can barely pay rent. He stood. Come on. I'll take care of it. No, I can't let you. You've already done enough. He smiled faintly. Let me help. Something in his tone, steady, grounded, sincere, made her nod. Logan lifted River carefully, his strong hands impossibly gentle. At the 24-hour animal clinic, the vet confirmed Logan's guess: severe cold, mild fever, dehydration, but treatable. Lila cried softly into her hands. Logan placed a comforting hand on her back. She'll be okay. Thank you, she whispered. You don't even know us. He looked at her with a softness she didn't expect. You protected her, even when it put you at risk. People like that deserve help. River slept peacefully in Lila's arms after treatment, tiny chest rising and falling with steady breaths. When they returned to the restaurant parking lot, Lila turned to Logan. I don't know how to repay you. You already did, he said. She frowned. How? You showed me kindness exists. Her eyes glimmered. You have a good heart. No, he said quietly. Just a tired one. River licked his hand, and for the first time in months, Logan smiled fully, genuine, warm, alive. What happens now? Lila asked softly. He shrugged playfully. Well, River needs checkups. And someone needs to make sure you're not getting harassed by the world's worst couple. She laughed lightly. You're staying in Havenport for a while. Maybe, he said. Depends if there's a reason. Lila met his gaze. Maybe there is. The night breeze tugged at her hair. River yawned between them, leaning into both their hands. For a moment, all three hearts aligned. A tiny rescued life. A gentle waitress with a wounded spirit. A battle-scarred Navy SEAL who thought he had nothing left to protect. But here, under the soft glow of streetlights, something new began. A miracle not of thunder, but of quiet courage. A bond that started with a puppy's cry. A connection born from kindness. And a future none of them planned, but all of them needed. River barked weakly, as if blessing the moment. Logan smiled down at her. You're safe now, little warrior. He looked up at Lila. So are you. And for the first time in a long time, she believed it. The night closed around them softly, holding them in a promise of hope, healing, and unexpected beginnings, something stronger than pain, deeper than fear, and more beautiful than any story Lila ever dreamed she would live. A miracle of three hearts finding home in each other.